Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Azula from the Hummingbird Coven. Welcome my earth signs, my Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, rising, sun, moon, Venus, and Mercury to your December 2020 intuitive oracle guidance, as well as individual messages for each of the signs that I'll have at the end of the video, with some shadow work that you might want to work with this month that might be coming up for you this month. I'm pretty sure, if I remember, last month was learning a lot of lessons, going through a lot of shadow work. So we're seeing also what just needs to be wrapped up as we wrap up the year and we work towards 2021 and everything that will bring in. All the new energy that will bring in, all the new ideas, all the clarity is very much an energy coming through for you. Also, if you're new, I jump right into these messages. So grab your notebooks, tea, your pencils, your crystals, your incense, whatever you need to feel comfortable and to receive this guidance. I do go pretty in depth into the energy that will be coming up for you. And I work with the moon energy, so I see what energy the moon is bringing in for you as we move through the remaining 4 weeks of December, all the way up to January 3rd is what I pulled for today. So we're going to see what the planetary kind of astrological energies are supporting you this month, as well as the divine feminine, masculine, and union energies is supporting energies for you, supporting astrological energies for you. And then again, the moon energies as we move through the next 4 weeks, and how you can work with the moon energies, or what you might need to know about the energy that's coming through for you. And then I'm going to get into your personal messages, and I'll always have the timestamps also posted down below. And there's a fly, I don't know if you can see it. There is, which is kind of aggravating, and I feel like there may be possibly some aggravation, some irritation for some of you, my earth signs. The bottom of the deck for your moon messages is work through your fears. Scorpio's energy, and Scorpio did come up for you. So I'll read your karma cards actually. So you have Mercury and Scorpio in the 7th house supporting you for the month of December, my earth signs. I'm just going to read the actions, and then I'll read the outcomes, and then we'll talk about the energy that's coming through for you. So communicate the extraordinary power of prayer diplomatically. Analyze the highest and lowest aspects of relationships. Let your mind tell you how to control the situation and get a fair deal. And then the outcomes for you are the awareness of purification to resurrect balance. Many thoughts about or from the secrets of cooperation. Many words resulting from the power of your partners. I feel like there's a balance of your mind and your heart, of your head and of your emotions, my earth signs, that's coming through for you. That is supporting you in finding balance and finding harmony within these relationships, within these partnerships, within even, there's an energy also of like any contracts that you might be getting into, or any, and like, yeah, this is, I'm reading for a lot of people, so take it in the way that makes sense for you, but this could even be like, getting a car, or getting a new home, like signing a lease on a new house, or, anything where there's a partnership involved, where you're signing a contract, where you're kind of, there's an energy of possibly legally bound energy that might be coming through for you, but you're finding a way to have a more balanced relationship with that partnership. Again, it could be those things, or this could also just be your relationship if you're in a relationship, or even the relationship within yourself, within the masculine and feminine energies within yourself if you are single. But yeah, any partnership that makes sense for you. I feel like you're a lot in your headspace. I feel like there has been also a crown activation. I feel like that energy came through for you last month. Was this crown activation, this awakening also to your magic is an energy that's coming through. And I feel like with Mercury and Scorpio, there is an energy, and I think Mercury is in Scorpio at this moment. Oh no, Mercury moved into the sign, of Sagittarius. But there is an energy with this specifically of speaking magic into your relationships. There was an energy of the extraordinary power of prayer. Communicate the extraordinary power of prayer diplomatically. There's an energy of when you're praying, or whatever, like rituals, if you have been like saying words of affirmation to yourself, or anything along that type of framework. It's about speaking now that magic into your relationships, into the things that you are manifesting, into these deals that you're signing, to help you ground also the lessons that you have learned through what you went through last month, or what you went through even possibly in Scorpio season. Whatever was coming up for you end of October, beginning of November, whatever was coming up for you during that time, it's about kind of working that into this relationship, if that makes sense. I hope that's making sense. Again, this is a message for a lot of people, so you will also know how it resonates for you and in what way it resonates for you. But yeah, there could be a lot of communication, and it's very powerful. It's very magical is the energy that's coming through. Like your words have a lot of power. I feel like there's also, you might be realizing how powerful your words are within your relationships, or even creating opportunities for these things to be able to, like, speaking things into existence, essentially. Many words resulting from the power of your partners. Yeah, I feel like this is a good month for you in terms of like getting into a partnership or a contract relationship. It's kind of the energy that's coming through. Okay, I'm going to read Divine Feminine, Masculine, and Union energies, and then I'll get into the weeks for you. So Divine Feminine, you have Virgo energy supporting you. Divine Masculine, you have the 2nd house supporting you. And the Divine Union, you have the 5th house supporting you. Yeah, there's a lot of play. There's a lot of fun, art, and romance, I feel like, within this union, within this relationship as well. There may also be children involved, possibly. But this is very loving. This is very lighthearted. This is very playful energy within the union for the month of December. For the Divine Feminine, with this Virgo energy supporting you, I feel like you are stepping into a space of service 100%. You may be someone who, like, speech therapy is an energy that's coming through. You may be someone who is very, you're very good at, like, communicating in a way that is healing to other people. You might be very healing within your relationship as well. But you have just this way of words that is very healing, I feel like, and is going to be also very supportive to you as you move into this space, whatever the 7th house energy is for you, this contract, this relationship type energy. Actually, I kind of want to read this for you. So Mercury and Virgo in the 7th house. Communicate the serving of others diplomatically. Analyze the details of relationships. Let your mind tell you how to do what you must do and get a fair deal. Yeah, I feel like you're also kind of getting down into the details, into the nitty-gritty, into how it can also be a more fair deal, how it's more of an equal exchange is also an energy that's coming through within this relationship, whatever it is for you. The awareness of methods for the healing power of balance. Many thoughts about or from the analyzing of cooperation, and many words resulting from the perfectionism of your partners. Yeah, there is a bit of, like, perfect circumstances kind of coming through for the Divine Feminines this month. And that is also Virgo energy. So if you are a Virgo, extra confirmation for you. But if you are a Taurus or a Capricorn and you're a feminine, maybe see where Virgo is in your birth chart. See how or where, what area of your life this might be affected for you. We also have the moon in Virgo. At the time we filming this, it will be tomorrow, but the 8th of December. The moon is in the sign of Virgo, and it is the third quarter moon, which is a time that is challenging us. It's asking us how committed we are in a certain space, maybe in this relationship. It's seeing what adjustments also need to be made. So again, those getting down to the nitty gritty, to the details, analyzing your situation, analyzing the relationship. How much are we giving? How much are we taking? And finding more of a balance within that space. Might have to do also with communication. Also, spirituality is an energy that's coming through, or prayer, or just magic in general. Like ritual is also kind of an energy that's coming through. What is your ritual? What is your ritual? Because again, this energy of like speaking things into existence is coming through for you. So what is your ritual? Maybe what is your daily ritual? Virgo energy also has to do with hygiene, health and hygiene. So it could be like your daily showers, maybe, if that is a ritual space for you, where you have meditation or you speak things into existence in your shower, or you just speak to yourself to help you heal. Or maybe if that's if you're in a relationship, if that's where you have conversations, whatever the case scenario may be, whatever resonates with you again. But that is the energy coming through for the divine feminine. For the divine masculine with the second house, you could be focused possibly on your work this month, but also what you value, your beliefs is also an energy that's coming through. It's asking you to be patient. This is slow, steady, methodical energy that's coming through. And trusting also that the sacrifices that you make, or the effort and the work that you put in, that hard work that you put in, is going to be rewarded, as well as an energy that's coming through. I'll read your message as well. So Mercury and Scorpio in the second house. Again, this could be also speaking maybe a job, an opportunity into existence for my masculines. Communicate the extraordinary power of prayer patiently. Analyze the highest and lowest aspects of what you want. Let your mind tell you how to control the situation and get what you need. Yeah, and then your outcomes. The awareness of purification to resurrect your beliefs. Many thoughts about or from the secrets of what you value. Many words resulting from the power of your resources. Many thoughts about or from the secrets of what you value. What do you value within this space? What are your beliefs? That is very much a strong energy that's coming through. What are your beliefs? What do you value? Also, this is giving me, this is Taurus energy. In the tarot though, Taurus is usually associated with the energy of the Hierophant, which is card number 5. You also have the 5th house for the union. But this is card number 5, which is, it's the Hierophant, which is about contracts again, which is about marriage, right? Which is about also your beliefs and these doctrines and these sorts of things. So there's also an energy that's linking me to next year. Like this is definitely going to be a big theme as well as you move into next year. Possibly some of you might be getting married, or whatever stage of the relationship that you're in, it's elevating in some way, possibly for some of you. Maybe because you have enough to do that now. You have enough to invest in that now, if that's what if that is what your goal is. But again, this could also just be like a certain workspace, right? In certain work environment. Just securing a certain amount of a contract where you are like your resources are going to be able to come in. But linking me to the energy of 2021, that's a 5 universal year. So this year was 4 universal year. which is associated with the Emperor in Tarot. That's Aries also in Mars energy, more so Aries energy. And then next year, as I said, we're moving from that Aries to that Taurus energy, to the second house, to your work, to finding stability and security within these relationships, I feel like. Again, however it resonates for you. And then the union. So Mercury in Scorpio in the 5th house. Communicate the extraordinary power of prayer with the trust of a child. Analyze the highest and lowest aspects of fun, romance, and making art. Let your mind tell you how to control the situation and do it dramatically. Yeah, there's this again, this is very lighthearted, this is very playful, this is very fun. This is also kind of spontaneous type of energy. Again, for some of you, this could possibly be an engagement, or like actually plan or getting married, or whatever the case scenario may be for you, whatever makes sense. Also, if you have children, there's an energy of sharing that love that you have also for, hold on one second. It's kind of giving me this Virgo energy with this 5th house. Like the extraordinary power of prayer, like the power that prayer truly does have on maybe even bringing love into this world or into your world, or bringing love within this relationship, or whatever the case scenario may be, but the healing effects that also prayer does have. And there's something about teaching that to your children. Maybe again, these rituals, how do you teach these rituals to your children so that they are better able also to heal their inner child, is an energy that's coming through. Again, you don't have to be children you don't have to have children. If this is just your energy, it's your own inner child, right? How do you heal your inner child? What are the rituals that you do to tap into that energy, to access that power, that encouragement, that empowerment is very much an energy that's also coming through. That confidence, that majesty, that divinity is also an energy that's coming through. That playfulness. Okay, so that is those energies. I'm also just going to read the bottom of the decks quickly for these. So Divine Feminine, you have Mars supporting you. Divine Masculine, you have the 6th house supporting you, which is that Virgo energy. And then the Divine Union, you have Aries supporting you. Again, that Emperor energy that I was talking about. Mars, though, is also, I believe, rules the energy of the Tower. So maybe for Divine Feminines, just pay attention to any maybe Tower moments that you have, or maybe that someone else has that you might be helping someone through. But also there's the energy of Mars just went direct in the sign of Aries, which is supporting the union. So maybe you're moving forward within this relationship in a more healing way. Because also Chiron, after the solar eclipse in Sagittarius, Chiron, who has been retrograde in the sign of Aries, moves direct on the 15th. Venus also moves into the sign of Sagittarius on that day. So this is a very healing energy. This is very also pleasurable energy. As maybe you might also be looking at other ways of healing, like finding other ways of healing that might be supporting you or supporting, again, whatever relationship this is for you, within your partner, or maybe within your child if you have children, or whatever children might be in your life as well, or again within yourself. And then the 6th house for the Divine Masculine, this is also moving into a space of service. I feel like whatever your work is, it is linked to what is good for you and what is good for us and what is good for your relationships that you're in, what's good for maybe your children. Again, if you also have children, it's linking to health, the energy of health. And again, this is also service to others. This is the work that brings you that bag. Yeah. So again, that's the overall energy supporting all of you. I'm going to get into the weeks now to see what energies the moons are bringing in. Okay, interesting. Surrender to the divine. This card also came out for my fire signs. You do have a lot of fiery energy, more so for the feminine. So if you are called to see the fire sign messages, that might also be supportive to you. But surrender to the divine, full moon, and then this energy of invisible. So I feel like, again, this is the energy that the full moon in Gemini, which was the lunar eclipse, the start of this eclipse season, that was on Halloween. Wait, was that Halloween? No, sorry, that's November 30th. But I feel like during that moon, you might have been called to kind of come back into yourself. Yeah, this energy of invisible, this is kind of giving me hermit's energy, hermit mode. This is search for yourself. This is finding your self-identity, your own self-esteem. It's looking at yourself in the mirror as well, maybe. And again, this healing energy that's coming through, healing yourself. Card number 16 is number 7 in numerology. So this idea also of divine wisdom coming through, surrender to the divine. Surrender to also, again, your spiritual routines, your spiritual practices, or however it is that you practice magic in your life. Surrender to the process. Surrender to self-study is also an energy that's coming through. Self-reflection, self-study. It's helping you also refine. I just heard refine your schedule. But again, also your routines and your rituals, your hygienic, or even food, how you're eating, when you're eating, kind of is an energy that's coming through. This is refining also your sense of who you are and who you want to be, who you aspire to be. This is what's best for you, right? What is good for you is the energy that's coming through. So yeah, this first week that we are in right now, you may be called to just go back inside yourself maybe a little bit more. This is also very much an observing energy. So it's not really taking action necessarily, but this is surrendering also to your ancestors and allowing them to help you flow through your day. Allow them to move you, allow them to guide you, and see also where you're being guided, right? See where you're being guided, and also note, how do you feel as you move through your day, as you do the different tasks that you're doing, as you are guided to this new schedule, to this new this new routine is an energy that's coming through. For the week of the solar eclipse in Sagittarius, you have confidence is your key to success and success. New moon in Leo. So yeah, I feel like this is just like pull back to shoot forward is kind of the energy that's coming through. You're pulling back into yourself to just refine, remember, kind of set your schedule so that when you move forward in your confidence, in your strength, in this energy, I feel like that you did find during your shadow work maybe like the last 2 months, but Scorpio season, as you move forward, you're more stable, you're more sturdy, you're more secure, you're more grounded, so that as you move forward, it's not as what's the word? Abrupt is an energy that's coming through. Yeah, I guess abrupt, or explosive, or yeah, or maybe you're not abrupt or explosive, like you're really setting down your spiritual routine so that as you move more back into maybe the practical world or your regular job, or if you're moving into a new job, again, you have that grounded, you have that stability, you have that structure, so that you can flow within that structure again more easily and in your confidence as well, right? And there's a lot of success, I feel like, again, that's coming through for you. Card number 39, which is 12, which is 3. So I feel like there's, again, an energy of manifesting. You're confident in your manifestations. You're confident that when you speak something into existence, it will manifest. There is also an energy of patience, though, that I just heard. Like, yes, speak it into existence. Yes, be confident. Know that you will be successful. Again, crown chakra, I know. Know that you will be successful, but be patient with also the work that will come after it to see it into fruition is kind of an energy that's coming through. The nurturing that you have to continue, right? The schedule that you now need to follow so that it will come into fruition. The next week is the Great Conjunction, which is ushering us into the Age of Aquarius. This is where Jupiter and Saturn meet, are conjunct, are on top of each other in 0 degrees of Aquarius. This is also the winter solstice, and this is also the first quarter moon in the signs of Pisces moving into Aries. Again, there's this energy of taking action in our spiritual routines and how that supports us in manifesting in our physical realities. So there's an energy that's coming through. Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn, and it has been in Capricorn for the majority of this year. It moved into Aquarius and then went retrograde in Aquarius back into Capricorn, and now it's moving direct again back into the sign of Aquarius, along with Jupiter, and Pluto is still in Capricorn but is slowly moving towards Aquarius. Will probably move into that sign. I don't know if it's next year or the year after. But yeah, this is a lot of energy. This is intense energy. These are heavier, bigger planets, right? Jupiter and Saturn. So this is this major shift that is happening in your life, especially if you're a Capricorn, you're going to feel this, but we all have all the signs somewhere in our chart, so we're all feeling it in a certain way, especially if you have like a square to this aspect or a trine. It'll affect you differently, but we're all definitely being affected by this energy. Winter solstice is also, what is that? That's like midwinter, right? So we're moving, and I think that's usually celebrated the Festival of Lights. If I'm not mistaken, that's the rebirth of the sun is the winter solstice, right? And then it starts to get higher and higher and higher in the sky as we move into the end of winter, beginning of spring, and then into summer. If I'm not mistaken, if I am, correct me down in the comments below, please. But yeah, so there's this huge energy shift, this huge rebirth, I feel like, is also coming through. The moon energy that's coming through for you is new moon in Cancer. Your loved ones are safe and listening. So Cancer energy is standing out to me because we also, the next week, your last week of December and moving into January, we have a full moon in Cancer on the 30th, 31st, depending on where you are. But this is the 4th Cancer moon that we're having this year. So we've had a lunar eclipse in Cancer, a solar eclipse in Cancer, a new moon in Cancer, and a full moon, this last moon, in the sign of Cancer this year. Cancer is the ruler of the 4th house. 2020 has been your 4 universal year. There's very much an energy of structure, stability, things being broken down to the foundation, to those 4 corners, to the basics, right? To the 4 elements. Really paying attention also maybe to the 4 seasons that we're moving through. There's also this energy of our home, our family, our traditions, our past lives, any past life trauma also that you have been going through, any vulnerability, or again, pain and trauma that might be coming up within your family at this time that you are either individually or collectively working through. This could have a lot to do with the mother archetype. Cancer is the mother archetype in astrology, with Saturn and Capricorn being your paternal archetype. So again, we have that big energy of Saturn moving into the sign of Aquarius. So there's also an end of whatever breakdown has been happening for you. Pluto is still there, and I feel like Pluto is still transforming some things, still remolding, remodeling is kind of an energy that's coming through, so that as we move into this next decade and as we move into the Age of Aquarius, there is this rebirth that we will see kind of play out within the next few years, I feel like. But there's an energy of it starts with your home, and that was kind of the lesson of this year. That's why we went through this global pandemic and everything that's been going on this year, is because these heavier planets, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, were all retrograde in the sign of Capricorn for, again, majority of this year. I want to say like 6 months. And have now moved direct, or are now moving into a new sign, into the sign of Aquarius. So there, again, this is going to be a big shift also for your family. And then there's an energy of, are you listening? Have you been listening? And then darkness does not always equate to evil. Light does not always bring good. It's also understanding the dualities, maybe within your family, or within maybe some certain choices that people made that affected you in a certain way. You have card number 23, which is 5, which is this change. Again, ushering also us into this 5 universal year, into 2021, right? Starting to see the changes that from the lessons also, right? From the studying, from the self-studying, from all the lessons that you and your family have learned throughout this year. And then what works, what is good, what doesn't work, right? Restructuring, reorganizing, rescheduling, and how do we move into this new energy? Again, there's an energy of also not being afraid of your shadow, right? Don't be afraid of the shadows. Don't be afraid of the dark. Don't be afraid of maybe your femininity. Don't be afraid of your spirituality and how you express that, how you work with your spirituality, how you work with your magic, right? Scorpio was a huge energy that came through for you. How you work through your fears. Are you listening to maybe even the ancestral advice that you've been receiving, right? You might have a feminine or a mother archetype, maybe a mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, whatever resonates for you. What is the advice? What is the guidance that you have received? And the lessons that you have learned, and are you listening? And then the last week, again, of that full moon in Cancer, you have full moon in Virgo and conclusions. You are good enough. You are good enough to start again. You are good enough to close this chapter in your life, especially if it has been traumatic, and a lot has been coming up for you. You are enough. You are good enough to end this chapter and start a new one. Start fresh. Start new. Again, that Virgo energy coming through. What is best for you? What is healthiest for you? And also for those around you, for whoever you are serving. I just heard integrity is also an energy that's coming through. And you also have card number 12, which is 3 again. So 2 3s on the table. So you have 7, 3, 5, 3. So I don't know if that is important to you, but 7, 3, 5, 3. But yeah, you have 2 threes on the table. So there's also an energy of cooperation and co-creation, either within your relationships, right? Within those partnerships, within those contractual agreements, or with spirit. What are you manifesting if you're someone who's single, or who's just going on their own journey? Also, Virgo is associated with the Hermit in tarot. This again is this self-study, self-identity, self-esteem. Who are you? Or who do you want to become? Who is that person? What does their life look like? What is their daily schedule? And then it's writing that down, right? Getting down to the details, getting down to the, again, whatever structure that you need, and manifesting it. Taking the practical actions and also speaking it into existence, and also doing your spiritual work, your magic work, your ritual work, whatever it is that you do. And be confident that this energy right now is supporting you in manifesting success in your life. This could also be for school for some of you. If you're in school, like your diploma or your certificate of achievement, or whatever it is, your degree. And also, yeah, if it is, like, if you have completed this season of study in school as well, what doors are now open to you now that you have this new information, this new knowledge? How can you practically also apply it into your life to create abundance, to create opportunities, right? As you move forward. And again, how does that serve? How is it serving you, but also how is it serving everyone else? Also, how is it serving the children? Maybe also, how is it serving mothers? Is an energy that's coming through. And also, how does it serve yourself and your self-love? How do you make sure you take care of your self-love and self-care as you are healing maybe other people, as you are, again, if you're someone who is a therapist, or just a healer in any way, or like you're a motivational speaker or an artist even, how do you make sure that you are always recharged, that you are always good and full within yourself, so that you can be of service? Yeah, that's the overall energy for you. Also, sorry, your bottom of the deck for these cards was love. So what do you love to do again? Who do you love? What do you love? What are the gifts that you have to give? This is card number 10 as well. This is a completion, right? And this is also replace any fear with love. Right? Love over fear. Always. So yeah, that is your overall message. I'm going to get into your individual messages now for my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And I'll see you at your timestamps. Again, they're posted down below. Hi, my Taurus, rising, sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus. This is your overall shadow that might be coming through for you this month, and how you can work with it, what chakra you might want to work with to support you, as well as any ancestral guidance or advice that your ancestors might have for you to support you. I'm also going to be pulling a tarot card for you to just get any additional messages. So your overall shadow is the card Sorrow. And I'm just going to read this for you. Actually, I'm going to read the bottom of your deck first, just because that's the first one that pops up. And you have the energy of confide. All things are good to eat, but not all things are good to say. Confide. So this might just be being aware of who you're talking to or what you're talking about. Not all things are good to say. Just be very conscious of the words that you speak. Again, your words are very powerful for all of my earth signs. So just be very aware of how you're using your power, how you're using your words, and how the words that you speak, how does it manifest in the energy that you see in your life, right? So the shadow element of this card is involvement in gossip or feeling overwhelmed by the knowledge of being spoken about in gossip-based dialogue. Again, so this is about if you're gossiping or if you feel like someone might be gossiping about you and that's triggering the way that you react to certain things or spaces. It's just about being sorry, I had a hair in my mouth. It's just about being very aware of how that energy is affecting you. So I'm just going to read how this card can be read. So it can be read in two ways. So if you find your spirit has been alerted to the fact that you have become a topic of discussion, perhaps take stock of the things you are allowing the outside world to know about you and your personal life. The tiniest hole in a great ship can sink it in a matter of moments. Be quiet. And then the second way is, unless you have the ability to possess the minds, hearts, and bodies of those being talked about, it is best to focus on your life, lest you reap the consequences of the seed you plant bearing fruit in your yard. Be quiet. Again, that energy of, as you're talking about maybe people, as you're gossiping, whatever the case scenario may be, as you're speaking negatively about even yourself, just notice that is and acknowledge that is the energy that you're going to manifest in your life. That is the energy that you're going to continue to see. So that's also an energy of you're going to continue to kind of complain about it or gossip about this energy because it's still in your environment. It's still in your yard is kind of the energy that's coming through. So just be very conscious of how you're speaking and who you're speaking to again. And then you have the energy of sorrow. So that was the underlying energy, confide. And then the energy of sorrow. It is through deep sadness that one masters discouragement. Allowing any inconvenience to discourage you from pushing ahead on your journey to success. This card suggests that you have, in the past or even currently, allowed slights of any size to knock the wind out of your sails, encouraging you to retreat into being a non-entity, intimidated and fearful of the sadness that oftentimes comes with the pursuit of happiness. I feel like you guys are working towards your goals, towards your dreams, towards ambitions, towards again, maybe health within yourself, or also money was the energies that were coming through. And maybe it's harder than you thought it would be. Maybe it's taking maybe even longer than you thought it would. And this is mastering that discouragement, mastering that feeling of again, patience is an energy that's coming through. It's actually also the bottom of your deck for your ancestral energy is patience. Again, it's this slow down to speed up. It's this acknowledgement of the lessons that you're learning. It's this kindness also toward yourself, knowing that you are learning and it is allowed for you to make mistakes as well. There's also an energy of like, don't speak negatively even about yourself, right? You are trying, you are doing the work. And as long as you continue to try, as long as you keep coming back to the pursuit of happiness, as long as you keep pushing through, you will make it eventually. It's about being patient. This is the lesson I feel like that you are learning this month and that you might have been learning throughout this year, quite honestly. Because there is an energy of like, this is the wrap up of the lessons that we've been learning this year before we move into a completely new energy in 2021 and beyond. So if you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now, Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often change soon follows. Yeah, I feel like there is change that can come through for you. You just have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with the changes you're making within yourself. I feel like you're also, the card at the bottom of the deck is psychic development. So again, this is the underlying theme. It's being patient and it's coming back into yourself. Again, that energy of hermit energy is coming through. And the, invisible energy that's coming through. It's going back within yourself. It's self-study, self-understanding, and working with your third eye as well, to develop your psychic abilities, develop also your vision of the future that you are trying to manifest, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, that you keep hitting roadblocks with. It's because you're not seeing maybe the picture clearly. And again, there's an energy of like, what are the steps that you're taking to get to where you want to see yourself as we move forward. So your chakra energy, wow, yep. Crown chakra, spiritual awakening. That is why you're being slowed down at this time. It's because you are going through this spiritual awakening. This is card number 29, which is 11. 11 is definitely a very, it's a master number. It's definitely a very spiritual number. And it's also about this energy of like going into, I'm getting this, one door closes, one door opens kind of energy, but it is kind of like this doorway, this portal that you are moving through as you step into this new direction. But again, you're being slowed down because you are psychically developing. You are going through this awakening. Don't be afraid also of the ways that this can transform your life. Work. Yeah, this is supporting you in your workspace as well. This is allowing you to be open maybe to new work experiences. Again, there's the energy of service to others. How are you serving others? How are you sharing your gifts? Right? How are you sharing your gifts? And what fears do you need to work out or work through to help you continue to move forward? Or maybe it's just like, what is the toxic energy that you need to work through? Again, maybe are you speaking too much, or are you speaking to the wrong people, or are you just speaking negativity into your life unknowingly? Be conscious about the words that you're speaking. They have an effect on the manifestations that you're trying to bring into your life, right? I am now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. Use me to relieve suffering on the planet. May all who need me find me. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. Yeah. This is about stepping into a space of service, my Taurus. So just trust that, trust the process. Trust that you are being slowed down purposely at this time. Wow, the sky is so beautiful. To also notice the magic, right, in everyday life. Just that, I feel like, is a message all in itself. Like, take a moment to observe the magic that nature has to show you. Take a moment to observe the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities that you might see. Allow your psyche to develop by coming back also to the magic, like the true magic of this world, which is nature, which is the way that the seasons change. How does that reflect in how you are changing and how you are transforming? And it's just about opening your mind to be able to notice these things just a little bit more. Psychic development is also card number 9, which is very much about, again, that is the Hermit's card number 9, which is about personal development, which is about growth. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, like abundance is yours, growth is yours, security is yours. But you have to be patient, right? Be confident in what you are manifesting, and your words, again, your words is coming through so strongly. But you can also work with the element of earth to support you in grounding. Again, as I was saying, like nature, pay attention to nature, pay attention to also how that affects you. Maybe start working with nature, maybe with plants, or again, even just in your food, or your routines. There's also an energy of time that's coming through. But it's also just like, be aware of your time. Understand that abundance is coming through for you. You have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this is someone who is wise. This is someone who is logical. This is someone who is detached as well. Again, that energy of hermit mode. Detaching from your situation so that you can slow down and go through this spiritual awakening, go through the psychic development that's happening for you, so that you are able to serve, to support, to help, to relieve suffering in your workspace. And that is what brings you this abundance, right? That is what brings you security and stability. And there's also an energy of like, again, I feel like this might be your ancestor, the Queen of Swords. This in this deck is represented as Yemoja, which is the mother of the Orishas. She is the mermaid. She is the also the energy of the moon is coming through. Understanding the moon cycles maybe as well as an energy. But this is also a teacher, right? The mother is the first teacher. This energy of the home, this energy of, again, Cancer and the 4th house. Wow, and you have King of Swords under that as well. So if this is also a partnership for you, this is your match. Like, this is your intellectual match as well. But there's also an energy of Queen of Swords, can sometimes also be associated with the energy of Aquarius, which is this visionary as well, right? New ideas, new thoughts, new ways to also help heal. Like, she's helping someone this pregnant woman, I don't know if you maybe work with expecting mothers, or if you're a mother yourself, or whatever this might be. But yeah, this is coming into also this partnership. Yeah, you have 4 of Wands under that, and then you have 6 of Cups. So this could also be a reunion within this space. Maybe mother and father, or however this resonates with you. This could also just be like within your work as well. This could be attractive, like whoever it is that you're working with is your intellectual match. So you have a solid foundation for your business, right? Again, however that resonates for you, take what does, but that is your overall message, my Taurus, for the month of December. Again, working with your crown chakra, working with the element of earth, and working with your third eye chakra as well to support you in this spiritual awakening that's happening. Slowing it down, being patient with your process, being patient with your evolution, and trusting that you will be supported and secure in your work. You will have the abundance that you are looking for as you detach, as you learn the lessons that you need to, and as you are more easily also able to channel divine wisdom and divine ancestral as well, ancestral guidance, when you be quiet, right? When you just take a moment to be quiet and just listen and watch and observe nature as an energy that's coming through. And allow that to heal you and support you in pushing through this sorrow energy. Yeah, that is your message. Happy healing. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. Hi, my Virgo rising, Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus. This is your overall shadow that you might want to work with this month. That might be coming up for you to work with, as well as your chakra advice on how you can what chakra you can use to support you in working with this energy, as well as any ancestral advice and guidance for you. I will also be pulling a tarot card for you for just any additional messages. I think I'm going to start with the bottom of your deck. So this is the underlying energy that might be coming up for you. So your shadow card is Famine. Again, this is the bottom of the deck. Do not pick up what is discarded. So let me just see what this energy is for you. Okay, so the shadow element for this card is operating from a place of lack on a grand scale. This is the impoverished mind governing your every word, belief, or action. If you take a look at the idea of reciprocity and the pendulum effect, it suggests you ought to give what you need in return. If you want more financial abundance, don't hold onto your dollars like you'll never see them again. If you want love, don't shut people out before you give them a chance to show their intentions. So famine, by definition, is an extreme scarcity. You may be going through a period of feeling like you're low on a plethora of things, either spirit, energy, motivation, finances, love, appreciation, etc. However, it also suggests you are comfortable living in poverty while you are disconnected with this reality, or discontented with this reality. You feel powerless to do anything about feeling left out in the cold when it comes to abundance. It suggests that you have become accustomed to going without, so you just take what you can get as if that's as good as it will get, and that needs to be remedied. Signs you may feel like you're not living up to your potential is discomfort with going through the motions of waking, laying dormant, sleeping, and starting the process all over again. Okay, so that is your underlying energy. So if you're feeling also in this space of lack, in this space of scarcity, the ancestors want you to know that you are abundant within yourself. Abundance is the bottom of the deck energy that came through for you. Divine beloved, please show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. I release my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. Yeah, abundance flows through you as an energy that's coming through. And then the bottom of the deck for your chakra card is the solar plexus chakra and this inner strength that is coming through. Card number 14, which is card number 5, which is this change that's happening for you, this change that's occurring within you as well. I feel like as you realize the worth that you carry is also an energy that's coming through. So let me just see your cards. So you have spirited. Wow, you have spiritual awakening. This also came through for the Taurus group. And then you also have service. Yeah, so you may also be stepping into a space of service, and that is where you will receive your abundance. But let me just read your shadow card for you. So spirited. You stand properly and you stand crooked. Showing lack in humility is the shadow element of this card. It is a sign from your ancestors, guides, or spirits to acknowledge that yes, while your successes are yours to enjoy, to never forget the support you have in the guides and others around you who may have interceded in ways you could not see. Show more gratitude and humility in your stride. To be spirited can be a good thing, as one half of it is that you stand properly, meaning that you are fully capable of manifesting the things you desire because you believe in yourself. On the other side of the coin, when you stand crooked, it suggests that you refuse to acknowledge the assistance you receive in life, either through the support of your ancestors or on the other side, or through support you may have received in the physical. There is nothing wrong with being confident, firstly. However, this card is a card of haughtiness and lack of regard for outside influences that may have aided in your overall victory. So maybe there's an energy of like, you have pulled yourself up out of this poverty energy, out of this lack energy, and you feel like you've done it by yourself and you're proud of that and you are confident within yourself. But there may be an energy of refusing to acknowledge the help that you did have, whether it is your ancestors or again the people around you. So how do you show gratitude for that? How do you maybe be of service to those who have supported you? Or again, if this is your ancestors who have supported you, I feel like it might be as well. You do have this moth energy coming through within this card. Yeah, there's also an energy of maybe ego death is kind of coming through, but this inner strength, this breaking out of the mold, this breaking out of the ego's, again, confidence. Not that confidence is a bad thing, but when you get a little bit too big-headed, there is that energy of haughtiness, right? And then spiritual awakening is just the awareness of the people who have been supportive of you and to you. This is opening up your crown chakra. Card number 29, which is card number 11. So you're moving into this new space. This is kind of a doorway. This is kind of a portal. And I feel like it's more so within your own consciousness. You're having kind of a rebirth within your consciousness. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. Yeah, there is also kind of an energy of like that manipulation or that famine energy, that poverty energy, that lack energy. You may be someone who manipulated your maybe people or situations to be able to come out of that lack, out of that poverty, out of that feeling of lack or being left out of the cold. And you have kind of alchemized your situation and turned it around for you. Like, I feel like you do have a right to be confident in however you pulled yourself out of that energy, if that is resonating for you. But again, it's not using others. It's being a little bit more honest is also kind of an energy that's coming through. Honest with yourself and honest with your guides, or honest with the people around you, in acknowledging the part that they had to play, whether silently or physically or spiritually. And again, the energy of stepping into service, opening up your awareness to maybe help others even get out of a situation that you were once in. How do you help someone else get out of that same situation that you were in? How do you support them? Even maybe in there's an energy of like, oh, I did this by myself, so everyone should be able to do this by themselves. But there's a bit of kind of manipulation energy within that, and that's actually kind of still stuck in that lack mentality. Like, abundance is for everyone. Abundance is more than enough, right? It's more than enough to go around. So share your wisdom, share your awakening process, share your journey, right? Your journey back towards your own inner strength might be an energy that's coming through. And yeah, for just that gratitude, and also to stay in that energy of abundance. Like, when you are in an energy of gratitude, you stay in that energy of abundance. Let me pull your tarot card just for some extra clarification or any additional message that wants to come through for you. But I hope that is making sense. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to trigger anyone or to make you feel bad for the success that you have achieved. But just be honest with yourself, right? Be honest with yourself, be honest with others, and show gratitude where gratitude is due. And understand that being in that space of gratitude, being in that space of giving your gifts, giving your love, and also doing what you love, will help you to maintain this space of abundance. Share your wisdom, share your wealth, share your confidence, share your journey, if that resonates for you. So what is the overall tarot card coming through for my Virgos to wrap up this message? Okay, you have the Moon. Yeah, this is an energy of like hidden, this is secrets, this is, wow, you have the Empress at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, like you're definitely a manifestor, 10 of Pentacles. You've definitely manifested abundance into your life, or you figured out maybe you're a feminine energy as well. The Moon is also the feminine's energy. Very intuitive, right? I know, the crown chakra, very intuitive. You're able to see through confusion. You're able to see through also maybe fears, right? I feel like you might also have a very strong intuition and a very strong connection to your ancestors who have supported you. And again, it's just about, I actually want to read the Moon card for you, but it's just about acknowledging them and giving gratitude where gratitude is due. So the moon, the woman, Mawu, female half of the creator god Mawu Liza from West Africa, or Liza. I think it's Lisa though. So the light of this card is introspection, sixth sense, prophetic dreams, and imagination. And then the shadow of this card is illusions, self-deception, non-existent dangers, and uneasiness. So again, just take that message however it resonates for you. But I do feel like, I also kind of feel like the moon, pay attention to what comes through for you during the solar eclipse in Sagittarius. I feel like that might also have to do with what you're manifesting, or in this space where you're stepping into service in whatever way. Just pay attention to what you're manifesting during that time. You're definitely someone who's a very powerful manifester. You might be very connected to your feminine energy, to your more maybe spirited energy is kind of the feeling that's coming through. But yeah, just be responsible also with your magic is what I'm kind of getting from this message. And yeah, that is your overall energy for the month of December, my Virgo. So again, work with your crown chakra and your solar plexus chakra, and definitely pay attention to the moons, and what comes up for you with each kind of phase of the moon, what sign the moon is in as it's moving through, and pay attention to that again, the solar eclipse in Sagittarius. But yeah, that is your message. Happy healing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Hi, my Capricorns, rising, sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus. This is your overall shadow that you might want to work with this month, that might be coming through for you, as well as your chakra card to support you, that you can work with to support you working with this shadow element, as well as any ancestral guidance and advice to also support you during this month. Okay, so your card is Egun, which is ancestor. The dead stand in waiting. And then the bottom of the deck, which is the underlying energy for this shadow, is Mercurial, I believe is how you say that. Today cannot be like tomorrow. So I'm just going to read these cards for you, read this energy, and see how this might be affecting you. What is the shadow element of this card? I'm going to read the bottom of the deck first. So today cannot be like tomorrow. The shadow element is to be fickle and indecisive, struggling with keeping focus on any one thing, prone to diving headfirst into something of interest and promptly abandoning it. There is a difference between being spontaneous versus being unreliable. There is also a difference between needing new experiences for excitement versus escapism. This card announces the presence of instability within one's interests, follow through and ability to complete projects or fulfill obligations. In a shadow context, this could be calling you to take stock of your unfinished business and the loose ends. It can also be questioning why you feel the need to switch from objective to objective, be it travel, career, hobby, or relationships. What are you avoiding? What are you seeking that the last thing didn't fulfill? Why does sticking with something or someone bore you almost immediately? Why do you make plans and then regret them after the fact? So those are the questions that you might want to be asking, or might be coming up for you, this underlying energy, this underlying theme for the month. And then your shadow card is Egun, again, which is the ancestors. The dead stand in waiting. So there's an energy of, are you paying attention to your ancestors? Are you consistent with your ancestral work as well? There's a lot of divine wisdom that's trying to come through for you as well. This is the bottom of the deck for your chakra card. This is a soul star chakra, which is about 6 inches above your head. So there's definitely divine wisdom trying to come through for you from your ancestors. And yeah, do you have any maybe unfinished business with your ancestors is also an energy that's coming through. So the shadow element is not honoring one's ancestors properly or allowing those tasks to fall by the wayside. The dead stand in waiting for you to acknowledge and respect them. This card is maybe the most straightforward card in the deck, but also the most encompassing. This deck is a way to connect to your ancestors and what they have to say about your shadow side. But one must not forget to honor, venerate, and serve them in a way that is appropriate for them, having your best interests at heart. This card is summoning you to do the work for them, to continue feeling appreciated as spirit guides that are constantly assisting you on your path. It is letting you know they are with you, but they are asking you to take this connection more seriously. Do your offerings. Speak with them in earnest. Don't be afraid to ask for guidance. Yeah. Your ancestors are trying to connect with you. They're trying to talk to you. They're trying to give you advice, guidance to maybe help you feel more fulfilled, more, again, there's this energy of you're like hopping from one thing to another. What are you escaping? What are you trying to escape? What are you trying to avoid? Are you avoiding maybe your ancestral work or your shadow work or whatever it is for you? Or this study period, there's this self-study period, there's this spiritual study period that's coming through for you. And yeah, it's just asking you to pay a little bit more attention to that. That's card number 36, which is number 9, which is that hermit's energy that we are talking about, that invisible energy that we are talking about. You need to take a step back in. Is very much the energy that's coming through. Yeah, inner child. Wow. So this may be supporting you in healing your inner child, or maybe supporting you in healing if you have children in your life is also an energy that's coming through. But this is your heart chakra. So working with your heart chakra can definitely be effective in also connecting with the energy of your ancestors, right? And then your advice and guidance from your ancestors is ambition. They're trying to support you with your ambition, and maybe, again, if you have any loose ties or if you're trying to start a new project, to sticking with that project, with having the ambition, the also playfulness and creativity to create success within this space, and to trust that you are enough is the bottom of the deck. You are enough to receive in this space as well, and to feel abundant within this space. May I offer all my deepest longings to love itself and invite a divine plan beyond the mind's imagination. Please use me for the highest good. Is the energy of this card. Yeah, whatever you're longing for, you need to kind of come back to yourself, come back to your heart space, come back to your ancestral guides that support you, that protect you, that guide you, that bring you this divine wisdom and understanding, that fill you so that you do feel like you're enough. The innermost heart says you are enough. Nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change. No need to grow more deserving. You, yes, you are love. Yeah, your ancestors want to fill you up with so much love right now. So let them in during the month of December. Especially as we're going through all this heavy energy for my Capricorns, like with this great conjunction with Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter being the planet of expansion and spiritual knowledge and wisdom and understanding, spiritual teachers as well. Yeah, there's definitely a huge shift that's happening for you as you move into Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, and as we also move into 2021. I feel like January is going to be a huge year for you, but the month of December is asking you to come back to your spiritual practice, to your personal magic, to the magic that you, like the energy of your words are magic, right? Your ability to manifest with your words, your ability to speak with your ancestors and receive that divine guidance, and then creatively find a way to speak that into existence because it comes from your heart space, is very much the energy that's coming through. Yeah, with this blue energy is also giving me throat chakra. throat chakra, and third eye chakra as well. And the tarot card for you for just any additional messages or guidance to close up this reading. But I hope that this is resonating with you. I hope that is supportive to you on your journey, on your path this month, and in your healing and in your shadow work. It's definitely not easy. I feel like this year has probably been hitting my Capricorns obviously the hardest. You've had 3 major planets in your sign, doing a lot of breaking down of old outdated beliefs and old structures that were not serving you, old boundaries that you might have had up, and all that type of energy, as well as in maybe any business space that you might have been starting to maybe feel success in, which maybe there's an energy of maybe that closed down, or maybe that stopped in whatever way, or was halted, or was just put on pause, is kind of the energy that came through. That is maybe why you're jumping from one thing to another, trying to find some fulfillment within this space. And Spirit is like, the point of me closing this down was that so you can come back to me, is kind of the energy that's coming through. So this might also be a theme for you as we move into 2021, is just make sure you're paying attention to your ancestors, to your guides, to the ones who support you on the other side. Yeah, because they're going to give you also the wisdom that you need to be able to move forward in your future with ambition. May I offer all my deepest longings to love itself and invite a divine plan beyond the mind's imagination. Yeah. Okay, so what's the overall tarot card for my Capricorns? What is the additional message? Queen of Wands. Yeah, this is someone who is confident. This is someone who is magnetic. This is someone who is spiritually connected. There's this magnetism. This is this kind of magical, mysterious kind of energy with the Queen of Wands. But like, she has her familiar, right? She has her spirit guide, this cat energy, which is giving me, that's your ancestral energy, as well as the snake. Is also helping you to transform, is helping you to evolve, is helping you to also uncover and reveal, is an energy that's coming through, your desires as well as your magic. As you step into this energy, also, this is very a creative person. This is a social person, someone who's very amicable and very like sociable. A lot of people enjoy your energy. You're able to draw a lot of blessings and abundance into your life, but it's also this innocence, this inner child energy that is where that really shines through. So you can definitely work with the element of fire. Wow, and then you have the World card, which is usually associated with the element or with the planet of Saturn. Again, your ruling planet, and again, we're going through that great conjunction on the 21st. As we move into Capricorn season, we're going through this huge shift in energy, this huge awakening that's also happening. This is a completion of your cycle of these lessons that you've been learning this year, so that you can integrate them and so that you can create your future. You can work your magic, right? You can work your magic in a way that is not, in a way that is connected to the magic of your the energy of your ancestors is working through you to help you to create magic in your life, right? It's that divine wisdom that they are bringing you, that they are giving you, so that you can become the creator of your existence. I'm going to read that card for you, and you also have the sun at the bottom of the deck. Like, there's so much happiness, there's so much clarity, there's so much also innocence, right? This child energy that's coming through for you. So children also might be a big theme for you during the month of December. And it's also like, if you do have children, introduce them as well to your ancestors so that they can support them as well. Receive the guidance for your children as well, if you do have children, or if you have children in your life in whatever way. But even if not, again, this is your your own energy, the inner child within yourself. Again, also that fifth house energy that came through. So maybe even within your relationships is helping you. Your ancestors might be supporting your relationships as well. Okay, the world. This is Oduduwa, who took over from his brother Obatala the task of completing the creation by Olorun in Nigeria. Satisfactory outcome of a cycle, success and completion, full self-awareness, and good reputation. So that is the light of this card. The shadow of this card is fear of success, envy, lack of willpower, false appearances, and incomprehension. Yeah, there is a success, and you will be successful because you are enough, because you are innocent, because you do have the ambition to continue to move forward. I feel like there's an energy of you're lacking some direction, and you just need to reground into the wisdom, the guidance of your ancestors to support you in finding a clear path forward in something that you're passionate about as well. This also alludes to your career space. This is something you're passionate about. Maybe you work with children is also an energy that's coming through. But yeah, that is your message, my Capricorns. I hope that resonated with you. I hope that it was supportive to you, again, in your healing, in your growth, in your evolution during this month. And as we move into this next year and this next age. And I will see you in my next one. Happy healing. Bye.